Hi, Tom Anderson, day 74 of 100 Days of Thankfulness. This is part 14 of Pursuing Your Dream. This is going to be the last step of the series, and then I'll start a new series tomorrow. So today we're talking about the importance of duplication, as well as why I'm so thankful for Jackie Richter. So hopefully by now, after the first 13 parts, you've identified what your dream is, and you're also actively pursuing it. This final step is all about, now that you've been successful, helping others to be successful as well with their dream. So why do you want to do this? If you're a business owner, the main reason you would want to do this is because your dream is beyond, something bigger than just yourself. And by doing that, you're helping not just yourself, but you're helping so many other people through your actions. So, but by imparting your knowledge, imparting your wisdom, that's how we duplicate ourselves. So if you have a number of employees, teaching them some of these important life lessons and life skills is going to benefit them, but it's also going to benefit your business. Same thing, if you're a teacher, that's what you signed up for. I mean, you have this passion for kids, and you want them to learn from you in order to be successful at life. That's probably is your dream when you signed up to be a teacher. It's about the children. It's about helping that next generation to accomplish even more than what our generation accomplished. Same thing with if you're in a multi-level marketing. Obviously, the only way you can ever grow in multi-level marketing is by duplicating yourself. Once you've had a small success, you teach others to also be successful, and in so doing, you will be successful as well. So those are some examples. Now, another example is, I mentioned Jackie Richter. She's a volleyball coach. Now, a coach is a wonderful example to follow. So many successful people have talked about, their extracurricular activities was really what taught them, playing a sport, taught them a lot about life, taught them about how to be part of a team that all had a common objective and all was pursuing that same goal, that same dream, if you will. And by doing that is, even though that sport, when the season is over, even though the season might be over and you might have brought home some trophies, and all you really have to show for it is the trophy from a material standpoint, what you really have to show for it is the confidence that you gained, and so much of life lessons about teamwork that apply and will apply throughout your life. The other thing that's wonderful about being part of a team sport is, and I shouldn't be teaching this, Jackie should be teaching this, but, it's the, you develop this habit of exercising every day, and certainly Jackie, will, teach her athletes to do the same thing. But the other part that I think is just so wonderful about Jackie in particular is she doesn't just stop at imparting the knowledge and the skills to how to, play volleyball really well and how to exercise really well. She goes to the next level and says, it's a lot of it's about nutrition. And so when Jackie is part of Carrie's organization. She was sponsored by Carrie and the Yavo organization. And the first day that I met Jackie was she was having an opportunity meeting at her house, and she invited all her athletes, mainly, just because she had such a passion for her athletes that she wanted them to get into the habit of eating well. Whether or not they got involved in the business wasn't an important thing so much as just that they were getting in the habit of paying attention to what they're eating and talking about how not only does it affect their performance when they're playing volleyball, but it's going to impact their performance throughout all of life. I was so impressed by her first presentation. It was just so well prepared. I could tell she put a lot of time into it, and I learned a lot just from what she was sharing. And she had these printouts of the 43 essential nutrients that had everything about them. I ended up borrowing that and using that as well. So she has impressed me in that way, but she I want to say she's that perfect example of, just how a coach can be that mentor to people in order to share their success with their athletes. One final thought around duplication is, if we think about parents and our kids, obviously we love our kids and we want our kids to succeed, and that's actually what the next series I'm going to be starting tomorrow. I'm going to be talking about my boys. I have 7 boys, so I'm going to spend a day on each of my boys, and I'm going to be talking about them, and I'm going to be talking also about the benefits of the fruit of the Spirit. So that's starting tomorrow. But when I think about duplication, that's probably first and foremost in my mind is, out of anyone in the world that I want the most to impart, my knowledge in order to have a successful life, where you're just, it's full of, all the fruits of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. It's my boys. I just have such a heart I've always had a heart for kids, but when, they're your own flesh and blood, it's just very natural that you want to impart that knowledge. And like I mentioned before, that's a huge reason why I started this video series. So more on that tomorrow, but I just want to say thanks once again to Jackie Richter.